A world where destruction has wiped almost everything off the map, all because of a giant creature called the Metroid. When it crashed into Earth, everything turned to ash, leaving behind only one small city where a few survivors live. These people follow a strict religion led by a man called the Patriarch. The rules are tough. No one is allowed to break them. But among the people, there's someone different. A witch named Gray. She doesn't follow the church. Instead, she grants people's wishes, and more people are leaving the church to follow her. The church doesn't like this, so the Patriarch orders his deadly enforcer to kill Gray. The enforcer attacks and seemingly kills her in front of everyone. But then Gray reveals her true powers. She creates an illusion, tricks one of the enforcers into shooting a bullet, and uses that moment to escape. She continues to play with their minds, leading them into chaos. In the confusion, Gray hypnotizes another soldier, making him accidentally kill his own companion. Eventually, only the main enforcer is left. Gray overpowers him but doesn't kill him. Instead, she hangs him and disappears. Meanwhile, we meet a skilled bounty hunter named Boyce. While passing through a tunnel, he's attacked by dacoits. One of them tries to steal his weapon, but a strange two-faced snake appears and kills the thief. Boyce fights off the rest with expert moves, proving he's no ordinary man. He's a top bounty hunter, and soon he crosses paths with Gray. She is approached by the Queen and her advisor. They want her to capture the power of a dangerous shapeshifter. Gray agrees, but only for a big reward, and says she'll do it on the full moon, which is just 6 days away. Later, the Queen's special man secretly meets Gray and begs her not to help the Queen, warning that her plan is dangerous. Gray agrees, but she's cursed. She can't refuse any wish. Now she's stuck between two opposite promises. To find the shapeshifter, Gray begins her search using magic. She sees in a vision that many hunters went after the creature, but all ended up dead. The shapeshifter is a deadly predator. During a terrifying roar, Gray's magic breaks, proving how dangerous this task is. Back at the palace, we find out the king is sick, lying helpless in bed. The Queen is impatient. She meets Gray again, offering more to complete the mission quickly. Gray then seeks out Boyce, the only hunter skilled enough to survive in the lost land where the shapeshifter lives. She asks him for help, offering money and the promise of a dangerous journey. Boyce warns her about the dangers, demon-filled lands, broken roads, and deadly traps, but Gray is ready. The church, still after Gray, attacks the bar where she's hiding. Gray and Boyce escape just in time. The Patriarch becomes even more paranoid when he hears the Queen may have teamed up with Gray. He sends the enforcer after them. Gray and Boyce hide at a friend's house, and here we learn about Boyce's tragic past. How his parents were killed in the Lost Land, forcing him to fight monsters and become the skilled hunter he is today. The next day they travel again, reaching a building where they must take a cable bus across a deadly gap. But as they board, they are ambushed by the enforcer and her soldiers. A brutal fight breaks out. Gray uses magic to hypnotize enemies, while Boyce slashes and shoots through the attackers. They manage to escape on the cable bus, but the enforcer cuts the line, sending the bus crashing. Clinging to a rock, they barely survive. Just when the enforcer aims her sniper at Gray, Gray uses her magic again, hypnotizing her through the sniper lens and escaping once more. But Boyce is wounded. Gray tends to his injuries and they move forward. At the palace, the Queen discovers she's pregnant. Now that she has an heir, she poisons the king and blames his death on illness. Gray and Boyce reach another city, but they're attacked by terrifying demons, creatures that look human but are monsters inside. Boyce uses oil and fire to scare them, but these demons are smarter. Gray hypnotizes the demon leader and commands him to retreat. Then with illusion magic, she makes them believe they are burning. The demons panic and die in fear. Boyce, amazed, asks how she created real fire. Gray reveals she didn't. She only made them think they were burning. Their fear killed them. Finally, they approach the Lost Land. As they cross a bridge, the enforcer appears again with more soldiers. Gray runs ahead, luring the enforcer's train into a broken bridge. At the last moment, Gray jumps to safety into Boyce's arms, while the Enforcer and her army plunge to their deaths. The Patriarch, now losing everything, tries to convince everyone that Gray and the Queen are threats. But the Queen manipulates her advisor with love, then has him kill the Patriarch and his followers. Now Gray and Boyce reach the cave of the shapeshifter. The full moon is about to rise. The place is filled with skulls. Boyce warns her again, but Gray is focused. She puts on silver nails and tells Boyce the truth. "I know you're the shapeshifter." She used him to get here because only by killing him at the right place and time could she take his power. As the moon rises, Boyce transforms into a wolf. He fights her, unable to control himself. Gray casts an illusion, birds attacking him, and when he panics, she stabs him with the silver nails. As clouds cover the moon, he returns to human form, unconscious. When he wakes, he's chained. The silver inside him is weakening him. Gray explains that she had placed a silver coin inside him while stitching his wounds. She prepares to kill him, saying she's cursed and has no choice. But Boyce makes one last wish. He wants her to stay with him. Gray is moved, crying as she explains that every wish comes with a price. She kills him. Morning comes. Gray holds his wolf skin. Back in the city, people rise up, inspired by Gray. They destroy the symbols of the church and begin a rebellion. Gray gives Boyce's skin to the Queen's advisor, saying it contains shapeshifter power. She tells him to have the Queen pour her blood on it to gain the power. But then comes a twist. The Queen wanted to become a shapeshifter to win Boyce's love, not knowing he was the only one. Now he's dead, and the advisor has the Queen all to himself. His wish fulfilled. The Queen, learning of Boyce's death, is shattered. She recalls Boyce saying he wanted to marry someone like him. She mourns all night and doesn't complete the ritual. As morning sunlight hits the skin, it turns to ashes. In a rage, the Queen kills her advisor, only to realize she's now alone. Meanwhile, Boyce awakens. He was bound to his skin because the Queen never used it. He comes back to life. Furious, he confronts Gray. She tells him the truth. She had seen the future. She knew the Queen would not complete the ritual, the advisor would die, and Boyce would return. All three wishes would come true in this way. Boyce, stunned, smiles. Gray, the woman he loves, will now stay with him. Together, they begin their next journey. Watch till the end to truly understand how one wish can change everything. If you like the story, share it with someone who loves dark fantasy adventures.